From historic villages to serene landscapes, come along with us on the Backroads Channel and let us show you everything Van Buren County has to offer.
Well, Mark, we're heading on into Keosauqua.
Yeah, Rich, and our first stop in Keosauqua, the county seat, of course, is home to Iowa's oldest continuously operating courthouse, built way back in 1843. And it really is quite a building to come see.
Actually, it is, and it's got some history, especially inside. You can go in and look, and it's beautiful, the woodwork and the details. And also, too, there's a lot of other historical buildings in the town, but we'll get to that here after a bit.
Yeah, we'll catch everybody up on those in just a few minutes.
Now, let's take a trip down the main drag, as we call it, downtown.
The Strip. Yeah. No, it probably isn't that. But
no.
Yeah, Main Street, Keosauqua.
Well, as we're driving down it right now, you can see it's a vibrant little community right down here.
It is, and all the major businesses in Keosauqua are right downtown.
Yes, and they've got the flags flying, and that shows you their respect for Old Glory. And they keep that feel of the hometown going with it, and I like that.
Yeah, this is really about as hometown feel as you get.
Yes. So if you're coming for a visit or something, this is a place you need to come down and drive through. And while you're down here too, this is a river town. And what's fun to do on the river? Boating. You know that?
When the river is such that you can get a boat on. Yeah. Now, we've run into some people that actually said the river isn't high enough to put a boat out there. Some people have been in kayaks off and on throughout the day today.
Sure.
In kayaks, yeah, you certainly could. But, yeah, boats, you've got to kind of watch the river level and see where it's at. But it's a great place to boat, canoe, kayak, you name it.
And there's great fishing there, too.
There is.
But one thing I want to tell people, too, Keosauqua, that's not a normal name, but it is an Indian name.
Well, you look at southeast Iowa, and, you know, in subsequent videos, we're going to be doing towns with similar Indian names. There are a lot of Indian-named towns and counties.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Here in southeast Iowa, and Keosauqua is just one of.
Well, yeah, and Keosauqua is an Indian name, and it means bend in the river.
Okay.
So, yeah, and you're right. There is a lot of Native American names in this state.
There is.
And it's either named after a chief or it's named after some other...
An Indian tribe.
Exactly. And believe it or not, the Meskwaki and the Sac Indian tribe is one that named this.
That's true.
So, but as you can see as we drive around here in Keosauqua, it's the hub of Van Buren County.
It is, very much so.
But one thing about it too, Van Buren County has 11 villages that go along with it. So it's just not Keosauqua. As we're traveling around, you're going to see here, if you stay with us in this video, you're going to see some of these that we're going to portray.
Okay. Ready? Name all 11. Start now.
Now?
Now is not one of them.
Well... But one thing, too, that Keosauqua offers, too, it's got a great hometown feel. They've got the houses, as you can see here, as we drive through some of the community here. And you're seeing the beautiful homes. But it's also, too, a family organization, too, here. They have a beautiful school system. They've got a golf course and a swimming pool that is beautiful.
Swimming pools, movie stars.
Where was that
Oh,
from?
wrong show.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the Beverly Hillbillies were out in California, not in
Yeah.
Keosauqua. But they do. A nice country club. The pool is right there. The golf course is right there. They have tennis courts there, by the way.
Yeah.
You can do that. And the school track is right behind all that.
Sure.
You were mentioning the schools earlier, too. Just in the last few years, there's been really some big renovation projects take place. Brand new gymnasium. I know they did a major renovation in the school just a number of years ago. New sports complex. New ball diamonds out on the west edge of town. I mean, they've really put some money into, well, investing in the kids
Sure.
of the community and their education and all their opportunities.
Well, and that's one thing, as you see, we're driving around here. I mean, you can see that they've really invested in this community.
Yep.
They really
Indeed.
have. And the healthcare system, they have a beautiful hospital and healthcare system
They do.
here. And there's also a lot of history here, too. I mean, you got what you're going to see here in just a little bit. We're going to drive down there and see it, is the Hotel Manning. And there's a lot of history there. And right behind the Hotel Manning, they have a hotel, and they got cabin rentals back there. It's right on the river.
And there's an open court right behind, actually, it's between the Hotel Manning and the motels behind it. And they'll bring bands in and have concerts there from time to time, other social gatherings. It's just really a neat place.
Oh, yes.
And right on the river. How can you go wrong?
Exactly. One thing I like, too, as you see as we travel here, you can see the park benches along the river. So you get that serene feel, a calming effect.
Well, see, they've got a trail that goes all through Keosauqua and around out into the county. And so you can walk all that right along the river. You can actually walk under the bridge.
Wow.
The main bridge in Keosauqua. That's neat to walk underneath that, hear the cars pass over the top of you. It really is kind of cool.
And that's neat, too, because one thing about it, this is like the hub. But one thing that connects Keosauqua, and it does for a lot of people too, if you're there, is a lot of people go to Lacey Keosauqua Park, which is just across the river.
That's true.
And there's all kinds of activities in there to do. Matter of fact, it's a huge state park.
And the nice thing about that park is if you're into aerobics in a big way, go swimming and you can get your aerobic exercises in the same time as you're climbing. I think it's 137 steps to get from the beach house down to the beach and down to Lake Lacey.
Or somebody like me just rolled down
Right
the
in.
steps.
Well, going down is not bad. I can tell you from past experience, going up, especially if you're carrying a bunch of things, not quite so easy.
No.
But you can stop and rest if you need to do that. But it's a lot of fun. And that is a really nice lake. I've kayaked that lake a few times. And it is really, really nice.
And it's all from the CCP, from the
CCC.
CCC. And they did a wonderful job on
They
all
did.
the buildings and stuff like that.
They did indeed.
And they got a walking path there now, too.
They do.
And it walks from there all the way over to the campground area. So you're not on the road itself, so you don't have to worry about being hit by, cars and stuff. So it's off that beaten path.
And then you can go down to what I call like the bottom of the park. It'd be toward the west end of the park where Ely's Ford is. And of course, there's real historical significance there. That was the Mormon crossing when they made their exodus from Nauvoo, Illinois, on their way to Salt Lake City. This is winter time that they're coming across that. So you can go right down there to where they actually crossed.
Yeah, and that's part of history. There's a plaque down there you can read up on all the history of it.
Indeed, there is.
And there's camping, and there's a lot of camping there. Beautiful campsites. They've got cabins, and of course, they've got electrical hookups for your cabins. For your campers and such. But then also, too, there's fishing there. And speaking of fishing, right outside of Keosauqua there is Lake Sagima. Big lake.
It is a big lake.
And it has bluegill, crappie, channel cat, walleye, largemouth bass. If you're an angler, you're going to love this.
And they've had like bass fishing tournaments and crappie-thons on that lake before.
And what you can see right now, we have the drone flying over Lake Sagima right now, and you can just see how big this lake is. It's
It's
really good sized lake.
Indeed it is.
I mean, and they've got all kinds of places you can put your boat in. They've also got cabins there too.
They do.
And the fishing is a place, if you're an angler and you really want to fish, or just the serene of it, it's there.
There are plenty of places down there. They've got several boat launches. Easy to get a boat in and out. They have a fish cleaning station down there. Big parking lot, so you don't ever have to worry about not finding a parking space.
And the neat thing is, too, it's not going to be overcrowded either, because that is a very large lake, as you can see.
Yeah, even if there happens to be a fishing tournament of some kind going on there, there's still plenty of places for everybody else to be.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Now, let's transition on to one of the other villages now. Let's go on in here to Bentonsport, Iowa. It is nestled next to the Des Moines River, but it is an old town. Matter of fact, the steamboats used to go up into there in the old days.
And when did we learn that the population of Bentonsport, it was over 1,000 people at one time?
At one time, it was over 1,000 people. They actually had trains there that went in. So, but they also, too, had a lot of businesses there.
They did.
But one thing they've done, too, they've kept it, a lot of it, they've tried to keep the originality with the old businesses and stuff there. I mean, take, for instance, Iron and Lace. As we look here, Bill and Betty, wonderful people. Bill is a blacksmith, and his trade is amazing. I mean, as you can see here, he's pounding away, making his iron, and he does it the old-fashioned way, too. I mean, folks, he uses the actual coal, fires it up, gets the iron hot, works it just like they should in the old days. Keeps that trade alive.
Well, the same thing is true with Betty and her pottery. You know, she's got a potter's wheel. She makes all her own things. The Queen Anne's lace is what fascinated me, because not that I'm ever going to go do it probably, but it would be neat to sit down at her potter's wheel, actually just throw a lump of clay down there. I know what mine would look like coming out of it, but it's really neat to go in and see her do it.
Sure.
And then the way, it's a process, the way she puts the Queen Anne's lace right on the pottery. And, you know, there's a way of firing it in the kiln and all that, and then she paints it up. And some of the pieces she's made are just drop dead gorgeous.
They're beautiful.
Different colors, whatever you like. There's something for everybody's taste.
Well, yeah, they need to check this out, because I'll tell you something, that would be an heirloom to hang on to.
But that's just indicative of all the different businesses that are on that main drag going down Bentonsport, because you've got, of course, Grief General Store and Antiques, and Sweet Maple Mercantile, and all the different products that she has in there. You know, the sauces, the dry rub. She's got knife sets. Just so many things, too numerous to mention. And if hot things are your thing, yeah, she can get you some sauces that'll set your mouth on fire. Don't ask me how I know that, but she can indeed.
Oh, one thing, too, Grief General Store is famous for is...
Oh, they have Addie Mae fudge.
Yes. And if
you like my favorite, which is walnut fudge, it's not a big piece of fudge with a couple of little walnuts. It's a big old walnut with a little piece of fudge attached to it.
Looky here. Look at this.
Oh, so good. And so rich.
Oh, man. And, you know, another thing, too, is they have a front porch, so if you go in there and buy that fudge, you can sit out there on the front porch.
Yeah, get a drink. You're going to need one with the fudge.
Yes.
So grab a drink. Yeah, go out and sit in a rocking chair or a chair out there on the front porch. You got a view of the river. It's right there. Or if you're a little bit more ambitious, go to the other side, get on the bridge, and walk across to Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
Because it's really neat, too.
And that bridge is going to be upgraded too, because they're going to be getting grants for it.
Well, they've got benches already along there, so you know, walk as far or as little as you want and just sit down and look up and down the river. It's really, really cool.
And speaking right next to the bridge, we have a really neat house called the Mason House, and it's got some how do I want to say it? Spooky.
If you believe in that sort of thing. Now, you and I have argued over this before.
But they
whether you believe in ghosts or you don't, there are some anomalies that take place in that building from time to time. So,
but
even if take the ghosts out of the picture, just go check out the building, the antiques, the furniture, everything they've got in there is just amazing.
The beds, how they've kept everything the same way from the ancient. I mean, that one headboard is over 10 feet tall.
Yeah, it's 10 feet. And they didn't have all the computers that could do the CAD drawings and all this stuff. You had actual workmen with hammers and chisels and hand saws and everything else that they couldn't just go cut something out.
Exactly.
It took weeks and months and who knows how long to make some of those pieces, and they're exquisite.
Right. And it's a nice bed and breakfast. I mean, it will take you back a ways. When you go in, you're going to be just awed at the beautiful woodworking.
Well, the phrase, a step back in time, it's overused, and I get that. But how else do you really describe the Mason house?
And it's beautiful.
It is. Absolutely gorgeous.
So now let's take around the corner here, and we're going up to businesses that have moved from downtown, and they've made a new area.
They have, and they've done a really good job.
As a matter of fact, one of them is Treen.
Yep, that's right.
Randy has moved his business, and he's built a new building. And Randy has so much to offer, from handcrafting, woodwork, and it's gorgeous stuff. Matter of fact, let's let Randy talk about some of the stuff that he's got.
Well, welcome to the new Treen shop my wife and I just opened up. We have basically the same inventory that we had before. We have some new stuff and new stuff coming, but we're real happy to be here. Beautiful spot. Had a real good chance to get this place, and we're very happy to have gotten it. We started making rock plant stands out of the Honey Creek rocks. Go right down the creek and we get them and we make a plant stand out of them. Got the idea from a really good customer of ours. She brought a piece of petrified wood up from New Mexico and had me make a stand for her. And after that, don't have much petrified wood around here, but we do have rocks. So we thought nice outside stands. Of course, still have the same pans, bowls, spoons. I don't know if we had knives in last time. Oh, hat racks, yeah. We have some new hat racks we're trying out. I don't think we had the knives in last time. If we did, they're in that case. They've been a real good seller for us. It's kind of low right now. I've got more up on the bench. I've got to temper up and get in there. It's cooking knives and a couple of little everyday carry knives. But that's the newest parts. I can't think of anything else right now other than more's coming. My wife's full of ideas, so she keeps me busy. That's my wife, Nan.
I'd like to keep adding to his list.
Yeah, and the list is very long, so that is our new shop. Please come see us. We'd love to see everybody, and met nothing but nice folks through this whole adventure. So, my phone number is 563-271-8253. And you can just give me a call, and if I'm within cell range, I'll sure answer your call, or you can send me a text or whatever, and I'll definitely get back to you if you have a question about anything.
And Sue has got a new building.
And when I heard that she was moving out of her old building into that old school, I first scratched my head a little bit and thought, what is the rationale behind that? Because the building she was in, it was old, historic. I loved the building. And now she's going to move into this old school. But when I actually went to visit it, and then they've done a lot more improvements since I've been there, it is an incredible place to go and check out all the different antiques she's got in there. It's just an amazing job that they've done with that place.
It's called the Old School Antiques. And matter of fact, let Sue tell you about what she has to offer in her new building.
Welcome and good morning from Old School Antiques. Come on in. You are walking into an 1850s schoolhouse that was moved here 17 years ago. We had the opportunity to move our old business, Sisters Vintage, to here and had to rebrand. But if you look around, the architecture is from 1850. Original ceiling, original woodwork, original floors, as a matter of fact. So just take a look around. We have greatly expanded our jewelry holdings. We have 925 silver jewelry, earrings, bracelets, pendants, you name it, we've got it. So that's something we're really proud of. And I guess one of our favorite things right now is our barber chair, and all the things that go with that. It would be perfect for a man room. And it's all authentic, so I guess that's my favorite thing right now. And we did bring our Welcome to Benton Sport antique sign from the other store, so we would still have that. So we proudly hung that over our cigar store Indian, just to remind people where we're at.
Well, there you go. That's what part of what we've seen in Bentonsport. Now,
You know, speaking of Sue, though, going back to her just for a second, I didn't hear her explain how they arrived at the name Old School Antiques. Do you have any idea?
Do the old school. That's what they changed.
Oh, that's too obvious. It can't be that. There's got to be another reason.
Well, let's travel down the highway to a new destination.
So you don't know either.
No, I don't. But that's a good cover-up, right?
Okay, ignorance is bliss. Let's go. Where are we going down the road to?
We are going to Bonaparte. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous road? Look at this. Now, there is kayakers, and I just saw them. You may not have seen them, but I did.
I did.
Okay. Let's pull in here and see if we can catch them there. Aha, there they are. They're kayaking. That shows you the kayakers are going on the river.
And a very nice day they have for being out there, too.
Yes.
A little bit breezy, but not bad.
Okay, now let's get back up on the main drag here and pull into Bonaparte. Oh boy, look at those motorcycles. Wow. Next to...
Yeah, and every time I think about getting one, I get yelled at, so I'll probably never have one. But there's some beautiful bikes, aren't they?
Yes.
Right in front of the Bonaparte Retreat.
Excellent restaurant, too. Matter of fact, it's an old grist mill, right?
It is, that's right.
And they converted it to a restaurant, but they kept the mystique of it. It still has a lot of the antiques in it.
Oh, very much so.
And if you're in town, you need to check this place out because the food is phenomenal. And just, Now we're on the main drag here, and as you can see, they've kept the beauty of the downtown.
And, you know, just to name a couple of places, they've got a big antique shop right downtown.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be kind of a common theme. Little towns like that, antique shops. But look, you know, it's all authentic USA-made stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that it's 100+ years old, a lot of it, some of it's still very useful.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's just neat to have. So, you know, we don't lose track of where we came from and our past and all that. It's really neat. And where the antique shop is, the Bonaparte Opera House is right upstairs. And, you know, a lot of these little towns had opera houses, as a matter of fact.
Sure.
And everything happened there. You know, all the local performances, plays, musicals, everything they did. And they've done a lot to maintain the integrity of that opera house, and it's just really a neat building.
Oh, absolutely, and it's gorgeous inside. And you know, everything too, this little town has a grocery store as well.
It does, yeah.
And they've got a gas station, and it's at home field, but I'll tell you what, we saw some houses here that are spectacular.
There are some nice
There's
old
one in there, I
stately
cannot
homes.
believe this, Mark, and we're looking at it right now, but 3 stories tall.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know that stands around for a long, long time.
And that's not the only one. There's several like that in that little town of Bonaparte.
So, well, as we're going to be heading out of town now, matter of fact, as we cross the bridge here, we're going on over to Highway 2, and we're going to make a stop because both of us are a little bit hungry.
Okay, now you're talking my language. just by chance, you wouldn't be talking about the little community of Mount Sterling, would you?
Oh, yes. Matter of fact, as we're pulling around here, we're going to AJ's Bar and Grill because they are famous for their food. Especially one thing.
When they say jumbo tenderloin, they ain't kidding.
No. Matter of fact, look at this thing. That's humongous. And it's not pounded thin either.
No, it isn't.
I mean, just look at the size of that thing. I mean, you could share that with 4 people.
And the nice thing about that tenderloin is, and I don't know about you, some people perhaps like big tenderloins with really thick coating on them. Yeah. I don't. And
No.
this is perfect because it's just lightly coated and fried up, and oh boy, so good.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's travel on down. Let's talk about another famous landmark in Van Buren County.
Well, that could be a number of things.
Cantrell.
Cantrell, okay.
Cantrell, Iowa is famous for one big monstrosity.
Yeah, it's the beautiful park and campground that they have right there in town. There are about 12 different slots for campers there, full service hookups, a couple of cabins you can rent, big playground for the kids, the township hall, which was an old school at the time, and it's been preserved very nicely, shower house, bath house, all that in Cantrell of all places. So if you want to pull off and do a little camping and just enjoy the scene, well, while you're camping, okay, they have this store that used to be right downtown Cantrell. It's since been built and much, 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 much bigger than what it used to be. It's called Dutchman's.
And it is
so,
large.
If people want to go camp and you feel the need to go do a little shopping at Dutchman's, yeah, you can kill a couple of minutes in there. No, I'm not kidding.
Couple of minutes?
Yeah. If you want to go to Dutchman's, plan on half a day to see everything.
Yes, and they have everything, folks. We're talking, they have, no matter what you're looking at, whether it be something for the kids, something for, like if you're into quilting, pots, pans, kitchen items, bulk foods. They even have sporting goods in there. I mean, people travel from a long ways to come there.
And one of the novelty things that I think they have in there, you remember how people used to make homemade ice cream?
Oh, yes.
Some probably still do. And they've got, the small, like 1 quart or 2 quart or however big they were, ice cream freezers. They have a monstrosity in there. I've never seen one this big before. And it's like it's like a $3,000 ice cream maker. It's electric. This thing is gargantuan. You could probably feed the town of Cantrell with this ice cream maker.
Yes, absolutely.
It is huge.
So,
dehydrators, if you like making your own jerky, sausages, which I do. You'll find all this at Dutchman's.
They have a large spice section too.
Huge.
Yeah. I mean, if they ain't got it, then you don't need it. That's that way it is.
If they don't have it, it's probably nowhere to be had.
So, but folks, this is what we're talking about, Van Buren County. I mean, there's other towns and villages in Van Buren County that you probably should check out.
Well, including Milton, because they have a feature there too.
Yes.
If you like cheese, who doesn't like cheese?
Yes. The Milton Creamery.
Go to the Milton Creamery and check out their cheese curds are among my favorite, but they have all kinds of other cheeses there too.
And they have a window where you can watch them make it.
Indeed you can.
And Junior's there, and he's available. He'll talk to you about it. And you can sample the cheeses too.
You certainly
They've
can.
got different ones. You like the 4-alarm?
Did not try that one. That brought back too many bad memories from my time in Bettonsport. And so, if you like really hot cheeses, though, you can do that.
But they've also got, they got their famous Prairie Breeze.
They do.
But the one I really liked was the caramelized onion. That
was good.
Yes. And they have quark. If you're not familiar with that, Junior will explain it to you. It is a fresh-made cream cheese. And it puts anything you can buy in a store out of the reach of everything.
But whatever other kinds of cheeses you get, get a little sack of cheese curds.
Oh, yeah. Their cheese curds are good. And they've got different flavors of those,
They do.
So, well, folks, just some of the things we've seen here in Van Buren County. Now, mind you, there's, like I said, there's other villages. We have Stockport, we have Farmington, just to
Birmingham.
Birmingham. And this is just something, if you're traveling through the area or you want a place to come visit or camp out or go see, or if you want to make a trek and maybe looking for a place to move, this is the place to come.
It is.
And the crime rate is very, very low. It has a beautiful scenery, and the people there are super nice and will treat you just like your family.
Indeed.
So,
And if you like riverfront views, I
Yes.
mean, Keosauqua, Bentonsport, Bonaparte, Dowds, we didn't mention that. That's on the western edge of the county. Farmington.
sure.
The Des Moines River runs through half the villages.
And one thing about it, folks, it is a very stress-relieving trip if you want to go there and relieve your stress. I mean, you've got it all right there in that one county. You're shopping, you're relaxing, you can fish, you can kayak and boat.
Or just pull up a park bench under a shade tree and just enjoy the sounds of the river.
Right.
Well, that's our tour of scenic Van Buren County, Iowa. Thanks for coming along with us. And if you'd like any more information about Van Buren County, just give the Villages of Van Buren County a call. They'll be happy to assist you with any further information you might need. For Mark and Rich, thanks for joining us on this episode of the Backroads Channel. Be sure to join us next time, and please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. We'd really appreciate that. Till next time, that's all from us on the Backroads Channel. We'll see you on down the road.